My name is Jordan, and I am from Denver in the United States, and my vision for the future of the Olympics is a constant redefinition of what it means to be the best. And this holds true for host cities, it holds true for the IOC and other governing bodies, it holds true for athletes, it holds true for the media and broadcasters, and lastly, it holds true for us as Olympic consumers. And a lot of these paradigm shifts have already started to occur. For host cities, in the past, the emphasis has been on who could leave the best impression on the world during the 2 weeks of games time. But this is going to change as there's a growing emphasis on long-term legacies. In the future, being the best might mean who can put on the Olympics with the least amount of impacts on the environment, or who can host the Olympics for the least amount of money, not incur a huge amount of debt, and perhaps return positive gains to the tax base. But most importantly are going to be the social legacies. It's going to be about who can use the Olympics best as a vehicle to improve lives for their citizens and visitors. For example, who can create a venue plan that doesn't have million-dollar venues that are sitting empty 5 years down the road? Or who can create an Olympic village that best revitalizes a blighted neighborhood? And in the future, we can already see these values coming through in the 2016 Olympic bids, with emphasis on fiscal responsibility, social legacies, and environmental impacts. For the IOC, the emphasis is mostly going to be about expanding the Olympic product and keeping it as the premier event. This may mean adding new sports, but there must be a balance between adding new sports and keeping up with trends and maintaining and preserving historical sports that only get the attention every 4 years due to the Olympics, and participation in the Olympics is crucial to the existence of those sports. But it's also going to be about expanding the Olympic product to more of the world. Already through Olympic solidarity, new sports and athlete development are coming to parts of the world where it previously couldn't be afforded. And this is going to grow in the future to mean bringing the Olympic Games to parts of the world such as Africa and South America, which have never hosted before, and using the Olympics as a vehicle for development and exposing the world to new cultures and new places. And this is going to be a constantly growing theme of the Olympic movement in years to come. Changes are going to be in store for athletes as well. This paradigm shift has already started to occur, but the emphasis is going to be on being the best in the environment of the purity of sport. It's going to be about doing your best without the use of steroids or genetic engineering or any other forms of doping that threaten the sanctity of sport, which is so crucial to the Olympic ideal and the Olympic movement. And as doping gets more and more advanced, it's going to be more and more of an emphasis on who can do it and do their best without using means of doping. Changes are going to be in store for broadcasters and the media as well. In the future, it's going to be about delivering the entire Olympic experience. It's going to be about more than just showing the world the opening ceremonies and the sports that are going on, but it's going to be about delivering what it means to be there in the environment and amongst all the people and at the venues and in the villages. And this may mean using new forms of social media and other ways to connect the public that can't be in the host city with the environment and the true experience of being there, and connecting with athletes and connecting with other fans. And lastly, and most importantly, there's going to be a growing emphasis on the public. In the past, for the IOC, there's been a growing emphasis on involving athletes in the planning of the games and creating the best environment and experience for athletes. Well, in the future, the public's going to get more and more involved, because the public is going to be the ones who shape the best practices and shape the face of the Olympic movement based on our tolerance of subpar bids and politicized statements and our lack of tolerance of doping, and our acceptance and lack of acceptance of new movements and new trends are going to shape the Olympic movement. And we're also going to have new experiences like the Virtual Olympic Congress and forums like this, which allow us to help shape the future of the Olympic movement to best serve both athletes and countries and regions, but also the public as a whole. So that is my future vision of the Olympic Games. And as society is rapidly shifting, we can all see, so too must the Olympic movement. And this is going to mean a constantly changing definition of what it means to be the best.